Welcome to the More You Look podcast. Welcome to the More You Look podcast.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the More You Look podcast. My name remains the same. I'm Femi Anthony, and today we have an important guest on the podcast. He's a lawyer, he's a human rights activist. He's known to do a lot of pro bono work in the society, in his community, and I will allow him to introduce himself. How are you today, Mr. Lawal?
Hello.
Can we meet you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. My name is Mudasiru Lawal. I'm a lawyer in UK and also a solicitor and barrister in Nigeria. So I work with Emmanuel Solicitor in UK. You understand? So in Nigeria, I have my own firm called Fritabe Solicitors and Advocates, and I have a branch in Abuja, and my head office is in Lagos.
Okay.
So
anyway. Basically, you are a partner in a firm here in the UK.
Yes.
And you also have your own firm in Nigeria.
Yes, basically.
Oh, wonderful. I know, well, what the viewers don't understand is I've known you for a long time, for over a decade actually. And I know that you do a bit of pro bono work in Nigeria and here also. Can you sort of tell us what was your inspiration to study law, to go into law?
Actually, I wanted to study law, right? I didn't study law in Nigeria. I did my law in UK. Okay. When I was in Nigeria, you know, the entrance examination, when you have your school cert, you need to do JAM, and there's a cut-off mark. So it is not possible for me to study law then. So I studied banking and finance. My first degree in Ogun State University.
Okay.
So, and immediately I came to UK around 2000, and you know, you have to struggle to get your documentation. Immediately in my mind, it's okay, this is an opportunity for me to study law. So I started working with a law firm. So I used to do lot of pro bono cases, helping my communities, and so with that, when I got my stay in the country, I just applied to study law. As a graduate in Nigeria, you can do conversion course to study law.
Okay, so let's say I studied, say, mass communication as my first degree.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if I go abroad, say to the UK, with the degree, with the Bachelor of Arts in mass communication, I can still do conversion. To then study law.
Yeah. Then when you have a first degree in Nigeria, you understand? I'm only talking about UK.
Yes, of course.
UK law. I mean UK as a country. You understand? If you have a first degree in Nigeria, you can do a conversion course. They call it CPE or graduate diploma in law. Yeah. After that, 1 year. It's a very tedious course anyway. It's not like LLB where you spend 3 years in the university. Because you have some leverage because you're a graduate before. So what happened is that after the CPE or the postgraduate diploma in law, then you can go for your law school, which is 1 year too. So from there you can start practicing.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought you were like a hardcore law fan from childhood, and then some people will tell you my father was a lawyer, like the Ganify me and co, God rest his soul. What are some of the obstacles that you've encountered, in trying to get where you are now? And can you tell us some of the things you had to do to scale through those obstacles?
Yeah, it's not easy in UK because as ethnic minorities, it's very difficult to break into law, and because most of the people that even finish their LLB, LLM, or PhD in law, some of them are not practicing because it's not easy to get claims. But what I use is issue of doing my pro bono, helping people. I started with helping filling the forms, you understand? So I do it free of charge, and some people give me some money. And with that, I accumulate a lot of clients on that one, and that's why I can be some obstacle regarding or how to survive in this business here.
So you've gone all the way from struggling to get into this country and then establishing yourself overcoming obstacles, and now fast forward to 2020, which was last year, the pandemic hit the world. How? Because everybody that we've interviewed so far on this podcast, we asked them how the pandemic has affected their business. How has it affected yours?
Actually, every business has their own up and down. Because I specialize in immigration law in UK, you understand? To be honest, and I won't lie to you, because since 2012, a lot of immigration changes happens. That it's not that every 2.5 years you must renew your paper, and some even those people that have a spouse visa before was 1 year, after that 2 years, it's now 5 years route. So those 5 years route, they have to renew their paper up to 2 times. So I won't. The only thing is I don't go to the office. I'm working from home, and telephone is there helping us. Even the court is visual hearing, telephone hearing. We still have a lot of cases coming in.
So basically, the feedback, what I'm getting from you is that the pandemic did not really affect your
it doesn't, because the people are still calling us, calling me to say, their paper have to be renewed. Because the immigration, the pandemic does not mean that when your paper or your stay expired, you should not renew. Because you are doing it online. You can call your lawyer, you can do it online for you. You don't even need to see your lawyer. Before we used to do that, you have to come to the office. No, you don't need it. Call your lawyer, scan all the documents to him, because most of the applications are online. So that is,
we're still just
stable.
The only difference is that you're not going to the office.
You're not going to the office.
You're not going to court physically.
Yeah, physically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what differences? Because I know that Nigeria is a different place entirely when it comes to education.
Okay. Yeah.
What is the difference between studying law in Nigeria and studying law in the UK?
Yeah. Actually, I probably I should have said that in the introduction. I didn't study law in Nigeria. Okay. So after qualifying here, I have to go back to Nigeria, because you can not say because you are practicing in UK. You have to go back to the Nigeria if you want to practice now. You have to go to their law school. First of all, I went in 2015. I do my Bar 1, which as a foreign qualified lawyer, you want to join the system in Nigeria, you have to do Bar 1. Then after that, you do another 1 year. That's called the final bar. So it is when you do that, you can practice in Nigeria. So in Nigeria system, you qualify as both barrister and solicitors, you understand? So that's why I say I'm a barrister and solicitor in Nigeria.
Wonderful. Before we go on, there's something I would say, because the reason why I've invited you here today, I realized that quite a lot of people, before they can even step through that door, if they have any immigration problems or they need a lawyer for anything of the sort, they have to pay consultation fees.
Yeah.
So I'm trying for us to get basic information out there to help people bypass those consultation fees. And I know that what we're going to discuss here today is provided just for general enlightenment purposes only. Okay? So I will start by what is home office fees? Because believe me, it's a simple enough question, but not many people understand this. So what is home office fees exactly?
All right. So I would like to put a caveat on it that the discussion here is just for general enlightenment of people. It's not going to be a legal advice.
Of course.
So anything I say here, you can have to contact your lawyer if you want to confirm most of the things.
Or contact you.
Or contact me if you understand. So home office fee. Most of the people that call you for job, they would think that the home office fee is part of the charges you are charging them for the home office fee is not a refundable fee you pay for every application you make to the home office. It's not part of the money that the lawyer will charge for doing the case for you. Okay.
So moving on, what is meant by IHS fee? Because I'm just hearing that. I don't know what it means.
Okay. It's immigration head surcharge fee.
Immigration
head surcharge.
Head
surcharge. That it just recently been probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, that about 6 to 7 years ago. That when you make an application, you have to pay immigration head surcharge. That the NHS service is not free for immigrants, somebody want to renew his paper, you need to pay that one first. Before it was £500.
Yeah,
now it's about 1,560.
But quick question: this NHS fee you are talking about
Yeah.
now. Say I was a foreigner trying to come into the UK and
Yeah.
I pay that IHS fee. Does that mean that when I'm sick and I go to the hospital and they treat me, I won't have to pay for that treatment?
Yeah, exactly. That's the purpose of because they find out that the pressure is on NHS, and the only way they can recover the money, they will treat everybody here.
Of course, yes, of course.
And the only way the pressure is too much on NHS. The only way is that if you are coming to UK and you are staying more than 6 months, if you are staying less than 6 months, you won't be asked to pay NHS fee.
Okay.
But if you are staying more than 6 months, or your visa is going to be more than 6 months, like spouse visa, like workers visa, or student visas, or most of them pay NHS fee, which is called IHS, Immigration Health Surcharge.
So if they stay less than 6 months,
If you are
they don't
saying,
pay,
yeah, you don't pay.
and they can access NHS treatment for free.
No, it's even a condition. If you access NHS, if you are sick, you have visiting visa, it is your responsibility to have health insurance on your own, maybe private health insurance. If you are sick, it's even a grant for them to refuse you. If you access any NHS service and you go back, UK, we have the system is working very well. Immediately they put your name when you want to go and renew this. They find out that you have.
NHS
Yeah.
30,000.
I've seen a lot of refusal based on that.
Wow. Okay, so I've applied for a visa now.
Yeah.
In the past, but now I'm trying to apply for a visa again, but I can't find the same visa category listed. Why is that?
Yeah, like we normally say that
What you can do today,
the UK is always changing, and the want is permanent in UK is changes. Sometimes there's like recently now by June there's going to cancel this EU application. There's not going to be EU because by December we've left the EU.
Okay.
Yeah, the last application is going to be by June.
So what does that mean? What does EU application mean?
The EU application is people, European Union citizen, all those people in Schengen country, so they can live here freely, but from June now, they have to pay. They will be like a Nigerian coming to UK. You understand?
Wow.
So the reason why when there's changes, they change the form as well. You understand? So the best thing is that when you want to make application, try to contact your lawyer to say, what can I do, or how to fill the form, how to do this. That's the reason, because they change the form all the day, or always, every time, because of changes in policies and the immigration rules. So that's the reason.
Wonderful. If that's the case, why is it that visa is straightforward, isn't it? I want to go abroad. I apply for a visa. It should be straightforward.
I don't think it's straightforward. Just like you have to know the kind of application you have to use. You have to know the kind of document you have to play to them, the arrangement of the document. You understand? Get a good advice from a lawyer that will tell you what you have to. So all these things are not easy. It's not just making application. As we normally said, the failure of any application is when you want to start it, when you don't plan what document am I going to put. The seeking advice from the Home Office sometimes is not the best. Yeah. The Home Office is just like you are seeking advice from your enemy. You understand? So your enemy will just tell you the basic thing, but how to play those documents and prepare a cover letter also is very, very important to your making application.
Okay. Yes. So why are visa applications refused? Because as far as I am concerned, what I used to think is that if you're applying for a visa, if you tick all the boxes, obviously there shouldn't be reason for refusal. But I was going through Twitter and people were recounting all sorts of experiences where they've done everything. It seems they've ticked all the boxes and crossed all the T's, and they were still refused.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What would be the reason?
The guidance on the application is just a basic guidance. You understand? Okay, they say put pay slip. The guardian will not tell you 6 months pay slip or 3 months pay slip. But the lawyer who knows about the application, who have done it before, will tell you, okay, 6 months pay slip, 6 month bank statements, proof of address to prove that you and your husband and your partners are living together. Evidence from your children's school to prove that your children are here. Because some people, their children are in Lagos, in Nigeria, and they still want to make application for them here.
Yeah.
So the only way they can know that your children is living in UK is for you to collect a letter from your school or NHS from the GP to confirm whether the child. All these documents, if you don't know how to plead them in the application, there's going to be a refusal, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So can people appeal, visa application refusals?
Yeah, there is the only visiting visa, they've cancelled the right of appeal.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
they've done that.
They've cancelled the right of appeal on visiting visa. The only thing that the lawyers do now is that they believe that nobody should refuse you anything. It's only God that you can say they make a judgment, and that's fine.
God or your wife.
Yeah, even God, you can appeal to God, pray to God. So what we normally do now is that when they refuse you on visiting visa, we apply for judicial review. We give them pre-action protocol. That's we are going to court. This decision is wrong. We'll give them 14 days to review the application. Especially application we do that lawyer do, they will have prepared the document very well, not the one that client do by themselves. Because the client sometimes they will not know the document.
They know it all.
Yes.
They want to go by Google.
Yeah, of course. I practice in Nigeria too. When I see some people, they come to my office and wanted to apply for visa. I say, okay, what are you going for? He doesn't know. Your work, we will see that they have 20,000 in account. Doesn't mean that because you have that 20 million in your account that they will grant you visa. How do you get the 20 million? How does it? But if you consult a lawyer will know, okay, you can't apply now, because if you apply now, they will question the 20 million in your account. So these are the things you have to do, except you have an evidence to back up the 20 million deposited in your account, then it can be.
Okay.
So,
because sorry to interrupt, because I know some people. This is the actual business in Nigeria.
Yeah.
There are people who will let you use their bank accounts for a fee. You understand? So that it will show that they will say, but let me put this money in my account to build my account, and then you pay them. Is there a way that the Home Office can,
Yeah, they always know if somebody use that type of style, because they are human beings also. You can, even your own personal accounts. Yeah, if there's a range of money you have in your account. Maybe probably my income is about 300,000 naira or 3,000 pounds per month. You know what I'm saying? But in the process, I just find out somebody just deposited 10,000 pounds to my account. Even your bank can contact you to say, oh, Mr. Lawal, we found out that, can you come and explain to them? So, but if you want to use that kind of account, you need to prove to them the 10,000 naira in the initial stage, that when you are making the application, that's what they call total disclosure. A deposit of 10,000 pounds was paid to my account on so date. This is the evidence. I wanted to supply something to goods for someone, and they gave me some deposit on it, and the final payment will be paid on so.
Which means people can still use that loophole. Because if I come to you to say, Baba, I want to travel, but I will need you to borrow me 3 million just to put in my account. And we can still do it to make it look like it's a business transaction now. I can do it like I sold you a piece of land.
Yeah, clearly, but what he's trying to say is that you have to justify it.
You have to make it look
If you can
good.
justify it, then...
Okay, now, since I've been in this country, I know people coming through student visa.
Yeah.
So people coming through, what's it called, work permit.
Work permit and...
So, my student visa is about to expire. My work permit is about to expire.
Yeah.
The process of extending this visa, is it the same for both?
No. The working visa is not the same thing as student visa. Student visa have some span of maybe you come in to do your degree. It's probably 3 years, and they can allow you to extend it up to 5 years. You understand? Maybe you come in to do your master, which is 3 years. They can extend you to do extension for another 1 year. Another big deal for student visa, and I wish I would like to discuss that. There's a rule that's going to come up by
This
July.
is about where you listen.
By July 28th this year, that after your first degree, you are allowed to work for 2 years. They call it post-study work. They've cancelled it. They were have it before. They cancelled it during the Theresa May everything.
Okay,
They
but it's
cancelled.
back now.
Yeah, it's going to be back by this year.
Wow.
So all those people in the university now, after their first degree or their master, they can
stay on for
stay
2
on
years.
for 2 years.
And obviously, after
and
that
when they
2
find
years,
any worker
they
that
can still
can
extend.
yes, they can still extend it.
This is good for people, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bet many people don't know that. So I've provided, say, inaccurate or by error false information or false documents. What's going to happen now?
Yeah, a lot of people, as just like what you said before, that some loophole. Some people use some dodgy documents, like Nigerian. They go and get a Oluwole bank statement,
Of
believing
course.
that they will not.
In case you don't understand what Oluwole means, forgeries. Good forgeries.
So at the end of the day, when they make the application, they will probably find out. I know the bank will not tell them the balance on their accounts, but they may send the document to the bank to confirm that somebody presented this backup statement to them to confirm whether it is true or not. From there, they can find out whether the statement is. But if it is a dodgy document that's not genuine, it is going to be automatic refusal, and they are going to ban you from entering UK for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's 10 years ban. However, Home Office have some, because it's a criminal offense. Yeah, the body is on somebody who is alleging you that this document you presented is a dodgy document, is fake. They need to prepare an evidence to back it up, that maybe in their investigation to find out that it merely just write a letter, a refusal letter, or your statement is dodgy and this. We cannot challenge that one in the court because they don't give any evidence how they do their investigations. They need to supply that report to the court. You understand? So a lot of cases like that, Home Office just carelessly refuse you. Your bank statement is cannot be confirmed, but they don't do proper this. But if you give it to a lawyer, an immigration lawyer knows, we can challenge that one in the court.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what happens if somebody already has a criminal conviction and they're trying to process traveling from any African country to the UK? Does the conviction matter?
Yeah, the conviction matters. Doesn't mean that because you have a criminal offense, you cannot be allowed to UK. Some degree of criminal offense. But that's what they call total disclosure. You need to disclose anything, just like Babajisha now. If it's coming to UK now, it's going to disclose it that I won't be arrested for child molestation. So it might probably affect his visa. Say we don't want this kind of people here. You understand? But if you don't disclose it and they find out by themselves, they are going to ban you for 10 years.
You know what? I wasn't going to talk about this before. I was going to wait till much later. But it's a good segue since you mentioned Babajisha. Now, for a quick backstory, people who don't understand, Babajisha is a very popular Nigerian actor who was recently caught on CCTV, sexually assaulting a 14-year-old minor. And people are a bit divided on this issue because some people are saying, they can't charge him for rape, they can't charge him for this, they can't charge him for that. Since you practice in Nigeria, because I know in the UK, what would have happened, saying that there's a video of him confessing and begging for forgiveness, but people are still saying that is not enough. I'm hearing the words entrapment, I'm hearing, being a law, can you shed some light, because I'm confused now.
Yeah, under the Nigeria, the incident happened in Lagos, so it's going to be covered under the Criminal Acts of Lagos State. You understand? The man is being convicted under Section 260. It's going to be rape. He's looking between 14 years in prison. But from the video trading, on the net is it's just like it's like sexual assault on a minor. You understand? So the man is looking between 3 to 5 years in prison.
For sexual assault on a minor.
It's sexual assault on
just 3 to 5. I even thought it was going to be more than 14, being that it's a minor.
No, what the law says under section 262 of Criminal Act of Lagos State is that if you sexually assault someone, the penalty is going to be between 3 to 5 years. But if it is rape, there's a penetration. If there's a penetration, defilement, but what I can see in the video is that he touched the child, and the child doesn't have the consent of the child. Cannot even give consent anyway. You understand? So it's looking between 3 to 5 years in prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh well, back to our line of discussion. What fees will people have to pay? What's the charges for to appeal against the immigration decision?
Yeah, presently there's two types of appeal. There's what they call oral appeal, and there's what they call where you have to attend. Oral appeal and paper appeal. Paper appeal is for you to file all your documents and send it to the tribunals for them to make decision without you present. And the oral appeal is for you to come to the tribunal. Now it's online, or you do it through the phone. You understand? So the fee for the online is the fee for the oral appeal is £140, and the fee for the paper appeal is £80.
Oh. So I know that you tend to do pro bono every now and then. So like, do you offer like a drop-in free advice kind of service? Because I know most lawyers, especially in this country, UK, they don't do anything for free. The moment you ring that number or you are going to get charged for consultation fees.
Yeah.
So do you do like drop-in free advice?
Yeah, we do a lot of free advice, if we can call it mis-tested. If you know you cannot afford the fee, because maybe especially people that are not working, or they suffer domestic violence, or single mother that doesn't have enough money, we do, because we can also make an application for fee waivers for them. They don't need to pay if they're not working and genuinely, and they qualify. If they qualify, there is fee waivers. Most people doesn't know that Home Office have created a scenario that if you don't have a work or means of paying application for, doesn't mean that you have to die in silence. You can make application. That's what they call fee waivers application, which we make. It's free of charge.
Oh wow.
You understand? We do it. You only need to pay the lawyer's fee.
Oh, okay. So, so does your firm accept legal aid clients?
No, we don't do legal aid. Legal aid is that when you don't have money and the government will have to pay us. We don't do legal aid. They've cancelled most of legal aid for immigration cases. You understand? But there's some legal aid lawyers for criminals. So what we do when we have that type of case, I probably refer them to some law firm that do legal aid for some cases. Yeah.
Okay. I know how things are, because this is UK, not even Nigerians now. It's only in the movies you will see somebody just open the door into somebody's house that don't live there. You know, in the UK here, if you go to anybody's house without appointment, if you like, not from now to tomorrow, they will peep through the curtain and they will put the curtain back. You will stand there. When you're tired, you will go back to your house. You know, so can anyone just come to your offices without an appointment?
We don't encourage that, especially during this pandemic. You understand? If you have a number, you can call me. You can call the office. Somebody will pick it up, or we divert it to our mobile. Because of this pandemic, we don't encourage that one at the moment. That you can do drop-in. Yeah.
So well, it's probably a trick question anyway. But do you handle many? I know this, but do you handle many visa applications?
Of course, I've started practicing since 2008 in UK. You understand? And I started working as a caseworker before I even qualified. You understand? So, and I've done a lot of cases on immigration, and so I specialize in immigration, to be honest with you. But some of my colleagues do other cases, which if I have any cases on family issue, I can
just give it to the right person to take.
Okay.
You were saying something earlier before we started recording about there's a pandemic going on. Can people apply for a visa right now to come to the UK while the UK is still effectively in lockdown?
Yeah, it's possible, but my advice now is that just like people coming in now, within about 6 months or 8 months back, I've handled like 8 cases that they turned down from UK when they entered, because having a visa now doesn't mean that you're going to be allowed to enter, because there's leave to enter. Okay. So when you get to the immigration airport, they will have to ask you some questions. So you're saying you have visiting visa and we're in lockdown now. What are you coming to do? You understand? So
you never ask this question.
Yeah.
Many people don't believe when we tell them that. Look, you can dot all the I's, cross all the T's, travel, get the visa, get here. They can turn you back at the airport. They can still turn you back. You see? So when you said you handled about 8 cases.
About 8 cases, they turned them back.
You started handling those cases after they have turned them back, or you handled the cases?
No, this one they are just they've got their visa already. Maybe before the pandemic, and they want to, because most of them want to just check out of Nigeria.
Yeah, of course.
So on getting here, but assuming they seek my advice or they seek a lawyer, we will tell, okay, you say you are coming for visit. Those people you are coming to visit, they are under lockdown. Tell me, are you going to, okay, say you are going to visit some Westminster, London High, when people are self-isolating, so they will know that genuinely you're not coming for visit.
And not that desperate.
They will cancel your visa. So that's how.
So I know there's a 30-day visa, there's 90-day visa, but what happens if I've been issued with a 30 or 90-day visa, and for some reason I couldn't travel before it expires?
It happens many times because of this pandemic. Just example, just like my mom was granted visa. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, she's about 85 years. She cannot come. So, but what I don't like is that Home Office will not return the money back to you. You have to make reapplication to reapply and pay again. You have to tell them that but they may not stress you too much supplying the document, because you have to explain to them in the cover letter that I've been granted visa for 6 months before or 90 days, but unfortunately I cannot go and the visa have expired. Can you please reissue the visa the way? But you still need to make a fresh application, just as you are making.
But that new application, it cannot be denied, or it can still be denied.
It can still be denied,
despite the fact that I never used the visa, the existing visa.
If you see a very I can call it a wicked caseworker, or the Home Office can ask you to say, maybe that time the account of that person is properly signed, and but the one you are making now, it doesn't have enough money in his account. They may refuse it, but hardly they will not.
Hardly does that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it possible to make a Home Office application in the UK at the moment? Say, as an example, if there's a skilled worker wants to do a change of employment application or an application for indefinite leave to remain, is it possible now, based on, because I can imagine they would have a lot of backlog?
Yeah, that's what I said. The application is still on. It is possible. They are more even flexible now because of the pandemic. You understand? So because there may not be appointment for your biometric, but it is compulsory when you know that your visa is going to expire, or your leave to remain is going to expire. You have to make an application before it expires, 28 days before it expires. You understand? So if you don't do that, it's going to be
very tricky,
because it's like breaching the immigration rules.
So this is a tricky question for me, because we're getting to the meat of it now. Say my visa is about to expire very soon, and I need to make a Home Office application. Before I submit my Home Office application, I still have to pass, this English
life in
language
UK
test, life in the UK.
Yes.
So what do I do?
During the pandemic, a lot of places are closed down where you can do your life in UK test and this. But you still need to make your application. Make your application first, because there are different things. Make your application first. Let them know that you've submitted, you paid for your application. You are just waiting for your life in UK test. UK Border Agency knew that the life in UK test body that are doing it, the English language or this, they know that everywhere is locked down, so they will not punish you for not registering for that life, but you still have to make your application.
Wonderful. Now, if you go to some parts of the UK, I don't want to offend anybody, but if you go to Peckham now, you will see quite a lot of Nigerians there, day to day, every day, that are begging for money. Most of them have been in this country, their visa has expired, and they don't want to go back home, or some of them cannot go back home. You see? So my question here is, my visa will expire soon, or maybe it has even expired.
Yes.
Okay? I actually want to leave the UK, but I can't. So what do I do?
During the pandemic, I know some people were even stuck here, but the law says when you know your leave to expire, your leave to remain in UK have expired, you need to make an application to the Home Office. But I did about more than 20 that time when people came in as a visitor, and by law you should not stay more than 90 days. 6 months should be stay less than 6 months. So immediately the 6 months is about to expire. You understand? You probably have to apply to the Home Office, and the Home Office has power of discretion to look into the application that this man overstaying is not his fault. Because if you don't make the application, let the Home Office know. By the time you go back, you want to renew your paper, they will be telling you that you want to renew your visa. They will tell you that on so date you overstay in UK, and that's going to be automatic refusal. So
that's all these things are true. I would, to be honest, when you explain these things now, it does sound a bit complicated, but I can see the reason why it is better to use a lawyer,
of course,
than to try and do it at home. You see, because all you need to do is just miss one vital detail.
They will refuse,
and everything goes up in smoke. I have another question for you. Say the company I work for has employed someone new. They have been issued with a 90-day skilled worker visa, but they can't travel to the UK to work on time. So what happens then?
If the visa is still going to be valid, you understand? So they can be working from home in Nigeria at the same time, as long as their salary is going. They can still be working from Nigeria.
But they apply to come and work in this country.
Yes.
They can't travel because of one reason to the other, and their 90-day skilled worker is just running. But I have nothing for them in Nigeria to do now. They are meant to travel here to come and work. So how does that work?
Most of people work from home too. You understand? Because I have some cases that they have given them 90 this worker people in IT they don't need to go to the. You can be working for a company in Canada and you are in Nigeria. You can be working for a company in Nigeria and you are living in UK. You understand? But if those one their job needs them to come to UK, the visa is going to be invalid. They have to make another application when the lockdown finish.
So which leads me to the next question, which is that my sponsored workers are working from home. Is there any need to inform the Home Office, or do we just carry on as usual?
You don't need to. There's no requirement that you have to inform the Home Office. They can keep on working as long that they are working for you and they are earning their salary. So, but problem is that when their salary change is when you have to inform. Because some people are employed based on the fact that the requirement that you have to be earning like 26,800 or like all this tier 1 up to tier something that's going to come up by July 28th. If we employ you as a worker and say you have to be earning 18,000, if your salary decrease, you have to let the Home Office know.
So basically, any change in your circumstances.
In your
like they put it
circumstances.
on the forms.
Yeah.
You have to inform them.
Yeah.
Say, I want to reduce sponsored workers' salaries or wages to avoid redundancy. I still have to inform Home Office.
Yeah, because that one is going to affect when they want to renew their visa anyway.
Because I'm reducing their wages.
They are reducing their wages, and it's not part of the requirement is that they have to earn so amount.
Okay.
And when they are working part-time, that's when they will not, except they are working part-time, you are still giving them the amount of the salary they have to earn. Yeah, but if not, it's going
That's
to
even tricky. Every time you just have to inform Home Office. And these people are not. Do you inform Home Office through your lawyer or do you call them yourself? Since this is not a tough, it's just you just want to inform them of changing circumstances.
Yeah, the rule is that since you are doing it through your lawyer, you have to inform your lawyer. Let your lawyer know. It's the lawyer responsibility to inform the Home Office.
Okay, so I cannot even offer unpaid leave to my sponsored workers without not informing them. I still have to inform Home Office on that.
If you are paying unpaid leave and you have to, it's going to affect their visa.
But how? It's just a leave, isn't it? Like say I have a sponsored worker now, and you know, I just want to give them leave, maybe sick leave or something.
No. It's, when they said
package,
when they said unpaid leave, it's different from everybody is entitled to 28 days leave. Yeah, mostly, and you know that's 28 days is paid leave. Looking for this one is unpaid leave. Yeah, I want to relieve you from working for me now. Yeah, I want to give you leave. It's not part of your statutory leave. I want to give you leave that you are not working. That's unpaid leave. You understand? Some people give like 1 year. Well, you are not going to work for me. Yeah, I'm not going to pay you salary, but you are still my staff. Anytime this pandemic go down, I can reassimilate you back to the.
Now, this is one that I personally know a few people that is in this bracket. Say you have a long-term UK visa,
Yeah.
which is meant to lead to indefinite leave to remain.
Yeah.
But I may be stuck outside the UK for several months.
Yeah.
Is this going to affect my application for indefinite leave to remain?
Yeah, it's going by law. It's going to affect it if you have 2.5 years, like 2.5 years route, 5 years route, or 10 years route. If you have, you can't stay more than 6 months at a row for a particular year. Yes, sir. If you have indefinite leave to remain, you can't stay at a row for 2 years. Now it's changed to 5 years. You understand? So
And they can't leave the country.
you can't leave the country to stay like if you are not a British, you have limited leave to remain. You can't stay more than 6 months at a row.
In one go.
In one go. Yeah, if you stay more than 6 months, when you are coming, you'll be questioned. If you have indefinite leave to remain, before you can't stay more than 2 years. 2 years when you are
Even
coming.
when you're in there?
Yeah.
Which means they want to trap you in this country.
No,
Because it's true now, I have indefinite leave to remain here. It doesn't mean I'm a prisoner.
Yeah.
So I cannot say, you know what, since I have indefinite leave to remain,
You can
as we
go
call
for
it
5
in
years,
there,
6 years.
I can decide to say, you know what, I'm tired of this country for now. I need change of environment. Let me go to Nigeria and stay for 3 years or 4 years or so. Then I will come back. So I can't even do that now.
except if
Yeah.
you have your UK visa passport.
Except you have your British passport. If you haven't got your British passport, you
So let's be clear on this. Indefinite leave to remain
can. Yes.
and having British passport are two different things.
Yeah. They are two different.
How are they different?
Indefinite leave to remain and having British passport, they are two different things. In some rules that guide them, they look the same. Maybe you want to apply for benefit, they treat you equally. But just like when you have British passport, you can just come in. Even in the airport, you see there's a route for the
there's a
British
separate
people,
route.
and there's a route for somebody with other country passports. So if you have indefinite leave to remain, the rule says now is that you cannot leave the country. When you are coming back, you need to make an application so that they can. You have to
explain.
reapply to them, and it is under the discretions of the Home Office whether they want to grant you or not.
Because what if before I leave, I inform them through my lawyer that look, I have indefinite leave to remain, but I want to leave now. I will come back in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Is that like something that they
It
would
doesn't concern them. As long if the rule line is that you can't say more than 5 years. Before was 2 years.
Oh, it's better now. That better.
But now it's 5 years. But actually, when you say you are living in a country, how do you want to leave the country for almost 5 years without coming back? You understand?
You have relocated.
It's possible now. Maybe I have given somebody pregnancy here, and I want to disappear for like 5 years and sneak back in. You never know now. I have to ask these questions for the benefit of some people that are thinking about it. Because some people maybe they have committed fraud. They have borrowed money from somebody. Now they want to japa. They want to escape for like 5 years.
Why are you thinking about
and then sneak back in? Now you can't do. You will be stuck outside.
Why are you thinking about the illegal part of it? What if I've been given a contract outside the country?
You need let me finish now. So what if I've been given a contract outside the country? I can get out. I'm thinking if you have indefinite leave to remain and you have British passports and we both commit the same crime, can they void that British passports? Or because some people think as long as I don't get British passport, I can't do anything. I think
no. They can strip you your British passport. You can. I've done a lot of cases like that. Somebody who have British passport, you understand? If you commit an offence and originally you are not from UK, they can strip you of your person. Especially if your country allowed dual nationality. They know the law says Geneva Convention says you cannot render somebody stateless.
Okay.
For instance, now if your country doesn't allow dual nationality, that's when you want to acquire your British passport, you've relinquished
that country.
Just like Cameroon, they don't allow dual nationality. Most of Cameroonians that have British passport, they have relinquished their.
So they can't go back to Cameroon. They have to go
So
back
when
as a
they
foreigner. Even though your name is Abue, even though your name is the same, you still have to.
So,
that's ridiculous. Yeah. But somebody who was born in Britain and has a British passport, who was born in the UK, it doesn't affect them.
Yeah, it doesn't affect them. They can't strip you because that's the only nationality You can't render somebody stateless. Somebody who doesn't have any nationality anymore.
Okay. But here's the thing, because there's a reason why I'm asking this question. Say you were born in the UK.
Yeah.
But you have dual nationality.
Yeah.
You have Nigerian passport.
Yeah.
You have UK passport. You were born here.
Yeah.
Can they still strip you of that UK?
Yeah, they can strip you of your UK nationality.
Even though you were born in this country.
Now give you like probably leave to remain. Or it's even automatic. It's automatic deportation. When you commit a crime more than you went to prison for more than 2 years, it's automatic deportation.
Even though you were born in this country.
Yeah, just like those guys are Nigerian guy that killed a soldier in
that
Woolwich. These Nigerian guys.
Yeah.
They probably came in when they are just about 2-3 years. You understand? But what's the arguments of Nigeria or other countries that they are deporting them? These are homegrown criminals. You train them here. Why do you want to send them back to Nigeria? You understand? I've done a lot of cases like that when they want to deport somebody that came in when they are.
I'm in shock,
Yeah.
Because
they will try to deport them.
Yeah, I used to think that as long as you are born in this country, you get me, you're British. If you commit a crime, you are stuck with them, because it's your country.
If they know you have a country they can link you to, they want to deport you to that country.
Yeah. But I wasn't born there.
Doesn't matter, but you have a passport of Nigeria and your parents are from Nigeria.
So, see, this is why this is vital, because so many of you watching, I'm sure they'll be as shocked as I am.
Yeah.
Because since I've been in this country, I've always, because I know some fraudsters that were arrested and, went to prison many years ago. That was when I was, newly relocated. Yeah. And, they were saying the general consensus then was that, they were born here. So they are the property of the British government. But now that I'm hearing this, that it's quite possible.
Yeah, if they can link you to any country.
Any country at all.
If they can link you to any country, maybe your parents. That you can even see, even if Anthony Joshua is a British when he win it, by the time he commit a crime,
somebody
in Nigeria born.
Yeah, that's true. Though. That's true. They do that a lot.
So
They do that a lot. So, how do we do right to work checks on new employees who are starting, work from home?
Yeah. Normally you ask them for their right to work. They are going to maybe their passports and their national insurance. Yeah, so you send it to. There's a number you have to call or an email that you have to send, and they will send you to confirm to you. But the new system now, the EU settlement and pre-settle, and you can ask them the 16-digit number. That's a 16-digit number you can ask your the employee to submit to you, so you can ask for their date of birth, their national insurance, and their full name. You can do this search by yourself to know, so that, or if you employ anybody illegally in the country, it's another cost on the company.
Another question I want to ask is, due to the present state of Nigeria,
Yeah.
with terrorism is at an all-time high. There's a lot of kidnapping. Countries like Canada, USA, and a few other countries have put Nigeria on a watch list.
Yes.
They are advising their citizens not to
go
travel to Nigeria. What do you have to say about all this, really?
The issue in Nigeria is very terrifying in the sense that, about a week ago, they can count about 400 people killed.
Yes.
Kidnapping is going on rapidly. The funny thing is that the people in IDP camp, they even went in Benue State to kill about 7 people there. You understand? And so most of the Western countries they have to allow they care about their citizens. This is the country that you should not. Don't go there because you will be kidnapped.
It's very easy now. If I know that my son is trying to be friends with like a kidnapper and a killer,
Yeah.
I will tell him, don't go there.
Don't go to that country.
Don't go there. If anything happens, you're on your own. It's amazing the state of the country, but I don't really want us to delve into that because I'll start ranting and Can you tell us what's the hardest case you've had to work on?
The other case is the case of
that you can discuss without
It's a case of deportation. A child that one of my parents been here for about 14 years, and he came in when he was just 2 years, and that would be the first case I've seen. They asked the mother to even go and do the DNA test to confirm whether she's the mother of the baby or not, because he's been here for almost 20 years and they want to deport him to Nigeria. And that's why I told you that our argument then is that he's an homegrown criminal. You brought him here because we have to go to Nigeria house. On getting there, they want to apply for travel document for him. But the argument we're putting to the Nigeria house that you can't deport this guy to Nigeria. If you issue the travel document to them and they will take him back. Then if the guy go there and turn to Chinorambo, what will you be saying? You understand? So they are the one who, you can't beat your child, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. So the best thing is that you should not allow this kind of person.
Besides, Nigeria is not a conducive place.
Yeah, it's not.
To raise.
Yeah.
Well, it's the truth.
So.
Yeah. Before we round this up, there's one thing I want to ask. There's a lot of Nigerians now trying to leave the country.
Yeah.
In fact, people are Nigerians are the ones that are making me know countries that I did not know even exist. They'll just give you one name. I'm like, where on the map? Where is this one? Nigerians are leaving Nigeria now just for security. Yeah. Because I know people that are going to countries where even the currency is not as good as Naira.
This country is not. But some people say the country is not laughing at all. You know, it's terrible. It's terrible, to be honest with you. And I used to go to Nigeria every 3 months because of my love Femi in Nigeria. So, and about 90% of people I talk to, they want to leave the country. You understand? And you see some people living where you think that, but when they start telling you what they are going through, and
lack of
You don't care
feel
about the
safe.
people. You don't feel safe.
You know,
you can't walk.
You have ritualists on one hand.
Yeah.
You have
Yahoo
kidnappers on
boys
one hand.
everywhere.
You have fraudsters on one hand.
Yes.
They are all doing competition for the
Yes.
first person to lob off your head.
Yeah.
To use for their own purposes.
Of course.
You know, so you don't, from the moment you leave your house till the moment you get back in. I used to tell somebody that when people say get home safe,
Yeah.
it means different things in UK. It means something different in Nigeria.
Yeah, of course. It's when you get home, they will be asking, have you been there? Have you gone to?
Yes.
It's
I was
not
going
easy.
to, ask you that, being that you travel a lot,
Yeah.
how do you not have high blood pressure from, because the few times I'm conditioned to go home, from the moment I step down like this, there's an anxiety that, comes over me until I'm back in the plane to return back to the UK. And that's supposed to be my fatherland.
Yeah. I used to keep to myself, and I don't do loud. You know the meaning of loud.
Big man syndrome.
I'm a big guy or something like
Bros,
that. I go
don't
to
say
my
that.
place.
See, Nigerians, their antenna is in the question. Their antenna is. Let me tell you what happened. I went to Nigeria, and every single place I went, one thing I do is when I go to Nigeria, I buy slippers from Primark. I buy simple shirts. I used to do special Nigerian shopping, and I have a 3310 Nokia that I keep. It's when I'm going to Nigeria, I will put my SIM inside. But do you know that everywhere we go,
They will know you now.
they'll say, bro, see as your skin is fresh. I know you are back from abroad.
Yes.
Find us something.
The police will say, oh, there's no dust on it.
Hey, your skin is fresh.
So,
Just what do you say to people? Because I'm torn. Some people say somebody put something online that with Nigeria now, there's this high lack of security going on now. Is that this is the worst it has ever been.
yeah.
And there are Nigerians that go about with 5-6 policemen as their personal guard.
Yeah.
And I read that thing and I thought to myself that, look, I came from poverty. I've suffered to get where I am. Is it a bad thing if I can afford, to pay for personal security, and if it is policemen?
Yes.
Because the general argument is that we don't even have enough policemen.
We don't even have enough policemen, and but the security is going to get worse every. The problem we have in Nigeria is we are together on a false premises. False premises in the sense that Nigeria is supposed to be about 3 countries or 4 countries.
It's just too much.
It's too much. If they don't want to do restructure, let everybody go on his own way. Yoruba stand, Igbo stand, Hausa stand. You understand? There's some country they are now up to 2 million now.
Of course.
There's some country they are now up to 5 million, and they're still.
Oh yes, of course.
You understand? We are over 200 million. You understand? And the security will be getting worse every time because those people in the realms of affair, like this Pantani now, or
oh my God,
somebody who have glorified terrorists, and
things that I've read about that man.
Yeah, you say take him to be your communication minister. Imagine
The fact that he has
all
access,
our data.
he has access to everyone's data.
Yeah,
it's insane.
That's why the Boko Haram, they are saying the Air Force mistake to bomb.
Yes,
Nigerian army. Yeah, Nigerian army.
How do you have an army and they are mistakenly bombing each other? And the terrorists are out there
because they haven't bombed Asura.
Do you know what terrifies me the most? Is the fact that when they catch some of these terrorists, they give them amnesty. They will tell us that they have repented. They give them lots of money, send some of them abroad.
Yeah.
Now this is the question. If you have a terrorist that has repented, still you are telling me till now, you don't know where these terrorists are.
Yeah.
Because if you have repented, tell us where your other people are now so that we can go and catch them.
Yeah, there's one man that I used to, this Gumi or something, I used to go and meet
the cleric.
The cleric Gumi. I don't know. You are.
He knows
These
where
are the
they
people
are.
we are looking for now, and you know where they are. Baba, you have to take us there.
Just stand up. That is it. That is why I know that Nigerian government actually know. They know where these terrorists are.
Because all those guys, I know they are being sponsored by their politicians.
Of course now.
So, but how can you have the confidence to even go?
To be honest, I think it's a case of They created a monster.
Yeah.
Now they can't control it.
They can, of course, that's it.
I saw Buhari recently begging for international community
to come to their aid.
come and
A
save
general.
us after over 60 years of independence.
A general.
You know what? It's insane. It's insane. Last question: how can we get in touch with you? Say I need your services.
Yeah.
What we will do is, for those of you watching at home, we will put the details at the bottom of your screen so that you know what phone numbers you can call if you need legal services of Mr. Lawal. Do you have any social? Are you ever into social media and stuff like that?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
Mudasiru Lawal. I'm on Twitter.
Okay.
And
Okay, nice. So Facebook, Mudasiru Lawal, you can get him on there. Don't start messaging him on Facebook with your problems. Hey, look under the TV screen. We will give you his details,
telephone
his
number,
business
my
details,
email,
office and number and all that stuff. Don't go on Twitter and say, "Excuse sir." So they sent me letter that I should leave country on Wednesday, and I said, that's not the reason why I'm telling you his Facebook now. Don't let's go there. So we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Is there anything you would like to add? Anything you can think of?
thank you for having me.
Yeah. Because you see, before we go, I remember something. You see, Nigerians, they don't listen. I love them, but they don't listen. People have called me to say, you know what, I want to come to the UK. Like you said earlier, everybody's trying to leave.
Yeah.
What can I do? Because there are people in Nigeria even now. See, the government is not all the problem we have. We need to share part of this. We need to take accountability. Because what we do is we specialize in extorting each other. There are people in Nigeria that are charging people up to 300,000, 400,000 to
For
say visa. Then they will not give them holiday visa. Those people don't know. They don't know any better. They will come to this country with holiday visa. All you can do is take picture.
Yeah, a lot of people call me to say, "Oh, I do packaging for them for visa." I say, "What are you coming for? For visiting, you cannot work." Some people don't know.
That's why
Just like me too. When I was in Nigeria, I thought maybe if I just travel once, that would be the end of Eldorado. I didn't know that you have to, before you can get paper to work, before you can get your stay in UK, it's not something that is very.
And even
easy.
now, you can't rent a house.
You can't rent a house.
This is one of the video shots you need to do for me, because I keep telling these people now I have brought a real lawyer. Because when I tell them, they will say, he doesn't want us to go abroad. He doesn't want us to come. How did you get there? They forget that I was born here. You get me? I brought a real lawyer to tell you now. All these people packaging, collecting 300,000, 400,000 from you.
It's a
to
fake.
Visa.
Anybody.
They will give you a holiday visa. You come here, you will take picture, you will tie out. You can't work, you can't rent house, you can't do anything. That is why go to Peckham. There are many of them there.
Of course.
They are now
And
stopped.
it is during this pandemic, it's not even easy to even work now. You know, before when we first came to UK, the second day you can start claiming early morning job. Now it's very, very hard.
Even the agencies don't have anything for you.
Yeah, the agencies are closed down. Most of them are closed down.
And the ones that are not closed down, the things they are even asking for now, it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, you must have your NI, you must have your this thing. They will do employment check on you if you don't have. And because the employer, they used to charge them a lot. If you employ illegal immigrants, about 15 to 10,000, they slam on you. You understand? So
amazing. So thank you so much,
Thank you
Mr. Lawal, for coming on the show. I really appreciate this, because I know you are a very busy man and you found the time, to come visit us. It's much appreciated.
Thank you.
And that's it for us on this episode. Till we hear from you and till you see us again, remember, do good to others and good will come back to you. Take care. Bye.